Hey guys, thanks for joining me. It's Amanda Marie. I really appreciate you guys stopping by today. I know I was gone for a little bit. I apologize. I was working hard on the Winston Box and Astra, so make sure you check those two out as well. If you're a fan of mine, you should be a fan of theirs as well. But today we have something kind of serious to talk about. I have a confession, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm coming into this feeling kind of vulnerable and scared because two things. One, it's really personal, and two, I am a little afraid about what my own community and what my peers might say about what I'm about to say. And I'm not here by any means to throw shade or to start a fight or to make anything worse than it already is. But it's been on my heart for a while, and I really feel like I need to just kind of let you guys in on what I've been going through and my journey, basically. The journey that I've been going on without telling you, which feels kind of like I cheated on you, and I'm sorry, I kind of did. And now I'm about to kind of share it with you, and I hope that just like I accept you in whatever position you're in for your journey, you'll accept me in my position. So let's just start off with kind of, you know, the topic basically. And the topic is weight loss. The topic is body positivity. The topic is fat positivity. Which really holds, I know for a lot of people, including myself, a lot of emotions, which is why I myself find myself tiptoeing around it in the community, because I get scared, right? I get scared that I might say something that would offend someone, or I might say something that would make me look insensitive. But the truth of the matter is, we are given one body, and, you know, one health, and I'm ready to start sharing with you guys exactly what I've been doing the last couple of months, and kind of how I feel about it. So let's just start off by saying, you know, and actually I'm going to go ahead and just look at the dictionary, or not the dictionary, but Wikipedia. So we know that the body positive movement, it says, according to Wikipedia, is a movement that encourages people to adapt more forgiving and affirming attitudes towards their bodies with the goal of improving overall health and well-being. I totally, started blogging because I believed in this completely. I spent the last 10 years, if not more, struggling with my own eating disorders. I've been diagnosed as anorexic and bulimic. Anorexic more in my high school years, and then definitely in college, bulimic. I definitely have struggled with working out and food, my food intake. It's been a hard journey, and I feel like a lot of you could probably relate to that. And I kind of started Bella Moxie initially, because I was like, you know what? I really want to start loving myself, because I literally have one skin I'm living in. This is it. I'm not getting another one. I can dream about, you know, being transferred into Jennifer Aniston's body as much as I want, but this was what I was born with. So if this was what I was born with, I kind of have to accept it, right? And I guess that was my first step of acceptance was, okay, so this is what I was given, so this is what I'm going to work with. And from there, the body positivity community really helped my confidence, right? So I just was kind of able to understand that the way that I am today, yesterday, 10 years ago, tomorrow is okay. And that I am also worthy of love, respect, you know, all of those values that we're told we're not worthy of, basically. And then something kind of interesting happened in the body positive community. And I feel like I had dipped my toe in it as well. Because I've always I've definitely been bigger. So I've always been, most recently in the past, I'd say 8 years-ish. I've been teetering between like a 24 and a like 28, maybe even a 30 sometimes. On the higher end of the 300s, in weight. And, I felt like I was being left out to the body positive community because people didn't want to see a body like mine, right? So people wanted to see a body that was smaller, hourglassed. I've convinced myself that I was an apple shape, and just kind of started accepting it and started saying, okay, this is what I'm gonna work with. I'm gonna, be the best that I can be in what I have. And so it kind of evolved, like the community itself kind of evolved into this like split of body positive and then like fat positivity, which by the way is also on Wikipedia. So I will also tell you what that definition is. Basically, it says the fat acceptance movement is a social movement seeking to change anti-fat bias in social attitudes. Areas of contention includes the aesthetic, legal, and medical approaches to people whose bodies are fatter than the social norm. So I was all about that, right? I still feel like, this is an individual journey for everybody. You have to decide to be on a journey. So as someone who was 26, 28, I was feeling really left out of clothing options, and seeing my own body portrayed in the media. And, like I said, I'm not picking a side. I'm not saying either side is right or wrong. There is no shade here. What I am saying is through my experience in both the body positive and the fat positive community, I decided to make a change for myself. And it wasn't easy. And I definitely struggled with some relapse, and worrying about relapse for sure, because food and I have never been friends. We've never been friends. I've always used it as a comfort, as something that helps me through my anxiety, as something that helps me when I'm feeling really depressed. Definitely overeat. And it's been hard to find what feels right. And I really, if you know me and you know kind of my own like brand, you know that I really try to live my most authentic self through you guys, because I believe that I'm not just going to say it, I'm also going to do it as well. I should walk the walk and talk the talk, or the other way around. So this is definitely, I would say I started blogging back in 2013. This has definitely been a very long journey for me. Not even talking about eating disorders or struggling with my own self-confidence. Like, the last 5 years, I've been trying to get to where I am today. And I'm very excited, because I feel like I'm starting to understand food. So, I've lost some weight. You may or may not notice that. I think some of you have. And I don't normally talk a lot about it because, like I said, it's not even about a number. It's not, to me, about a size, a number, a dress size, none of it. I don't give a crap about any of that. I actually went 2 months without weighing myself while I was doing what I was doing because I don't give a shit what weight I am. I don't give a shit what I'm wearing or what size I should be wearing. I just wanted to feel better about myself. I just wanted to be able to go for long walks with my husband. He just took up hiking. I want to be able to go hiking with him. I want to be able to go to Disneyland with Crystal without being, tired all the time. And I also just didn't want food to rule my life anymore. Literally, it's been ruling my life for 34 years. I decided it was enough. So I started this lifestyle journey. I'm not even going to call it a diet because it wasn't a diet. Diets are things that are restrictive. I've never been restrictive. I'm a pretty picky eater, so this is probably why it's been so easy for me. But November 10th is when I started, and I started keto. So keto is something that I did a lot of research about. And basically it's removing carbs from your diet, or at least a substantial amount of carbs. I would say, I'm not a doctor, obviously, and please, consult your doctor if you ever decide to do something like this. But for me, it made sense because first of all, I'm a vegetarian. So I already need to focus on eating a lot more like protein. And I already eat a lot of vegetables. So it didn't seem like I was getting too far from the keto life. And I was like, okay, I'm going to give this a try. I died the first week. Because it is this true thing. It's called keto flu. And you go through kind of a detoxification basically in your body where I just felt really like tired and my head was light, and just kind of cranky with everybody. You're not supposed to have sugar or flour, which are like the two basics. It was hard at first, it was, and then trying to figure out, because I kind of got comfortable with like one item, and I was like, I need to start diversifying what I'm going to eat, right? Because I was eating a lot of salads, a lot of eggs, and I was like, gosh, I can't just live my life like that. The one thing about keto is that you aren't supposed to have it or be on the keto diet forever. Because it is a quick way for you to lose weight, and it is something that people do to kind of do bodybuilding and all of that. So I don't expect that I'll be on keto forever by any means, but I will say that so far it's taught me a lot of discipline, and it's also taught me a different relationship with my food. So let me go into that a little bit and just tell you why that's kind of changed, other than a diet maybe, why that's changed my relationship with food, which I think is the most important part of like this whole video. So how did keto help me change my relationship with food? Two ways basically. One was, I always kind of grew up in the household that people would say like, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You have to eat like 3 meals a day. And I kind of always lived by those rules. And then I started listening to these podcasts and keto podcasts, and they were saying, not everybody is wired that way, right? So I think about my husband, because my husband does not eat breakfast normally. And he literally will have like maybe 1 large meal a day. Sometimes 2, but 2 smaller ones, but normally it's like 1 large one. I always felt like that was super unhealthy. And I always felt like, oh gosh, like that's why he's like not losing weight. But after listening to the keto experts and doing a lot of my own research, I kind of realized that everybody's body is different, right? So, the way my body might process fuel and energy and protein is a lot different than my husband's. For me, I have to have breakfast every day. I do. It's something that like is eternally stuck on me. However, now that I'm doing keto, I've noticed that I'm not hungry again until maybe 7 o'clock at night. Even if maybe I won't even be hungry. I make sure that I get a lot of protein in my breakfast. And I have a pretty big breakfast. And I even allow myself to have chocolate every day. I normally have 3 to 4 pieces, because I'm not here to keep myself from enjoying things. I'm still going to, I mean, when we go out to dinner, if we're out on a date, like even last night, we went out and had burgers, and I had a veggie burger, obviously, and was in a lettuce wrap, but I stole a couple of his French fries. It is not the end of the world. Like, I am here to relearn how to have a relationship with food. I'm doing it through this vessel of keto, but either way, I am trying to better myself and my health, because I definitely was getting to the point where I wasn't physically feeling right. And you don't even have to talk about doctors or what doctors say or what doctors don't say, but I physically was not feeling good about myself. So I said, I have to do something about this. And I didn't want to starve myself, and I really hate exercising, like a lot. Like, maybe I'll go walking, and I love to swim, but I was like, I don't really want to do I don't want to do exercise right now, right? It's cold out, and it's the winter, and no one really wants to, like, go out, you know, walking long walks or join a gym. I definitely don't want to join a gym. So I kind of was like, what can I do that's going to make me feel good and still allow me to do things I'd like to do? And, you know, hopefully feel better about myself, and hopefully I'm healthier. So I started keto on November 10th. I did not actually weigh myself until January 16th. Between November 10th and January 16th, I lost 41 pounds. And again, it was just by eating, by listening to my stomach when I was hungry, by understanding my body and my body's needs and what it needed to have the energy to go on. And just the respect that I had, you know, with food, basically. I really started developing that relationship where I was like, food is fuel. I may not always enjoy it, and that's okay. And, you know, if I did want to enjoy it, which I did, there was a week where my sister was actually here for my birthday, and we went out a lot and had a lot of, you know, sweet things, because I definitely have a sweet tooth. And I did. I gained probably about 5 pounds during that time. And I'm not going to starve myself. Like, for me, I am not strictly keto, obviously. I'm doing kind of my own version of it, and so far it's worked. And I feel really good, and I'm actually feeling so good that I'm ready to go back to swimming again, and doing some laps. And I feel like, you know, once I start getting kind of more endurance, I'm going to feel a lot better about things. But my journey started in the body positive world and in the fat positivity world. And, you know, this is how it's evolved. And now I'm at a place where I'm looking to feel my best. Listen, I'm 34. I'm not getting any younger. And I want to be able to have a good life. I want to be able to have kids. I want to be able to run after my kids. I want to, and I'm not saying by any means, because here's the real truth of it all. Like, the real truth. I'm always going to be fat. Period. I've always been fat all my life. Like, literally, I've always been fat. And I always will be fat. And that's okay. And that really is okay. This is just me doing something that I want to do for myself. Not because someone told me to, not because I felt like I had to because of social stuff. Literally doing it because I was like, you know what? I'm not feeling so great about myself, and I need to do something about it. So that's my confession. Love it or hate it. You know, I feel like sometimes in the plus size community, we feel like we can judge other people's journeys, or we kind of take their journey as personal, like, you know, oh gosh, well, she did this, so now she's not body positive, and that's not true at all. I'm extremely body positive. I'm still fat positive because literally we have one body and one skin. That's all we have. One life. And we talk so much about wanting to live it to the fullest and wanting to have like the best experiences and wanting to live super authentically. Awesome. Also have to take care of our bodies because they're literally the vessel that carries us throughout life. So that's my journey. Raw, exposed. The last time I weighed myself, I had gone from a 348 to 307. I haven't weighed myself in more than a month. I'm down to my jeans not fitting, my shirt's not fitting, my shoes don't fit. But none of that matters. Literally, none of that matters. I have more energy. I feel really good about myself. I can see life improving in the way that I want it to. And you can still have all of this stuff if you're fat. No one's telling me or you that you can't. But literally, this is my journey. And this is what I want. In the next couple of weeks, I will try to do kind of some more talking about my keto life, and kind of the steps that I'm taking in my own journey. I will even share some menus and recipes and daily activities with all of you. So make sure you watch for that. You obviously should subscribe and follow so that we can get those updates, so you can get those updates. Please know that obviously I respect you in your journey, and I hope you respect me in mine. I am here to be a supportive person in your life, and I also look at you as being a supportive person in mine. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below. I will definitely answer them. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys at least hearing my secrets, and hopefully following along in my journey as I just, feel good about myself, and start really working on the things that I feel like I've been neglecting for a while. So thanks guys for watching. I really appreciate it. You have a great day. Stay beautiful. Bye now.